It's Christmas Eve, and I am alone. This episode probably won't come out until early 2024 because I need some time to edit. But I can tell you now that on New Year's Eve on the 31st, I will be spending it by myself too. So I hope you all had a wonderful holiday with your family, your friends, your loved ones. But if you're like me, who don't have family around and have to spend it by yourself, you're not alone. I mean, you are alone, but you know what I mean. I'm not making it any better, am I? Holidays, end of years, usually prompt some type of reflection of the year, what I've achieved, and set new goals and all that kind of shit. My original plan was to go for a solo camping trip. I'd imagine most people are probably staying in with their family, cozying up, and it will be a good time for me to get out where it's not too busy on the trail, hopefully, and grab a spot, stay in solitude and reflect, but I just can't put myself to do that. I am so tired. It's not the type of tired that you can just sleep it off and be okay when you wake up. It's the type of tired when you just want everything to end. I'm tired of everything and nothing. Could barely get myself out of bed. The thought of getting up, getting ready, and driving out, it all just sounds like so much work. So overwhelming. It's a weird feeling, like I don't know myself anymore. I used to be so excited to go out driving far and for a very long time, but now I can't even put myself together to pack. Like, all I want to do is just stay in, not talk to anyone, maybe not even get out of bed. Hey, I tell myself it's okay, the mountain will be there. It'll be there next year, year after. If I want to see them in winter, there's so many more winter to come, but this house won't be. So I allow myself to spend some time with the house, I guess. If you've seen my video last year, you know I moved in here about a year ago with 2 other roommates. And now one of them moved out, the other is with family because obviously it's the holidays. So I get to have the house to myself for a bit. I knew this coming in. I knew that it was a good time, not a long time. The landlord had been very transparent, telling us that we have an approved rezoning proposal. They're just waiting for the fund. Maybe in the next 2 months, we will have to look for somewhere else again. You see the house? It's built purposefully at an angle so that when the sun shines in first thing in the morning, you can see Mount Baker straight out of your living room window. It's so beautiful. But just like all the other houses, split into 2 skinny, tiny properties. For profit, right? I understand. I went to business school after all. At least it's not building into a condo. Good things never last, do they? They never do. This is the place I call home for the last year. I moved here because of work. It's so close. Speaking of work, it's like the only thing that kept me going right now. The only reason I get up in the morning is because I gotta tap in. Stuff needs to be done. There's work to do. Otherwise, I really don't know what can get me out of bed now. I had a meeting with my therapist earlier today. Well, he's Jewish, so Christmas don't mean anything to him. And we always had our meetings on Sundays, so on days you don't want to go out, and on special occasions like today when normal people don't work, it's really, really crucial to have someone that matches your need. A good therapist just for you. So I'd like to introduce our sponsor for this episode for the holiday season. BetterHelp is here to help you through voice, through text, through video call, whatever you feel most comfortable with. If you live on the road or you have very limited number of therapists in your area, it can be hard to find one that matches your need. and on days like now that you just don't feel like heading out of bed. It's online, it's remote, you just fill out a questionnaire, fill in your needs, they will match you with a therapist in as soon as 48 hours, and if it doesn't fit you, you can always switch until you find someone that matches you. I know holidays are supposed to be that happy time with your family, but not everyone get that luxury, do they? So if you are having a hard time, whether because of holidays or not,
and I am helping you with 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. Just go to betterhelp.com/Overland.
There's no lady in this link because, hey, mental health is for everyone. It's probably that time of year where you never get natural vitamin D. I have a light therapy panel too, but I don't think it does anything other than stinging my eyes. So right now I can see a bit of sunlight shining through and it's so rare, so rare. I prefer to think of it as seasonal. You know, a deep rut carved by the rain, a dark cloud covering the sky. Today is actually not that bad.
There is a way to go through Nexus line on a right-hand drive where you don't have a passenger. Basically find any long stick, about like 2 feet long, tape your Nexus card on it, and then you can scan it through. Scanned. Hello.
Hello, where are you going?
Just pick up a package at
What do you have to declare?
Nothing.
Alright, bye-bye.
See ya. Look how fast that is too.
The idea of playing music while camping came from that one winter when I met Victor for the first time. He brought out an electric keyboard that I plugged into my portable battery and played on top of my roof. This short episode of our camp night sparked music in both of us. He went on and started a whole music production hobby, and I longed for bringing some sort of instrument to the wild. Something I can play by the campfire. Something I can sing to. Something small enough to tuck away in the car.
What is it?
Ukulele.
Anything else in the vehicle?
No.
Do I have the receipt for that?
Yes.
That's okay, I need it back.
Okay.
The problem is, I don't play any string instrument. But this is a problem that can be solved. I can learn, I can practice. The ukulele sounds brighter than a guitar due to its 4 nylon strings on a small body. I wanted a travel-sized instrument, didn't it? Or perhaps I wanted a brighter sound to lighten my mood. As much as I want to soak myself in emo sad songs, the will to get well is stronger. I feel like I'm enabling a type of sickness that now, because I'm so empty, I try to fill the hole with Lancuses. At one point we did have 3 on the driveway here. One of them it sold, went fast. How am I going to fill this hole now? I even got plates made for each of the bay doors saying, Lancusa parking only. Because why not? It's almost like it's the only thing I want. And that's when I realized something has been missing in my videos. And I couldn't quite get a grasp of what it is. I just know that my recent video haven't been as good. Obviously there's the time constraint of, me being back in work, and so I only have the weekends to go out and I couldn't really go very far, and the time on editing, it's also not a lot. Obviously, you could also blame the algorithm on YouTube because a bunch of you are saying my videos aren't showing up, but really what I think it's missing when I look back to my past videos is there is a missing link of an emotion. It's like back then, I was so excited to take Alta out. It's like a date on a weekend. I was so happy to go out with him, with my Land Cruiser, and it's just me and my cruiser going out having fun. And now it's almost like because I have you guys, I feel obligated to go out to make videos, so I am still doing it. I do it because I gotta do it. one metaphor will be, I feel like a widow. I'm still trying to go out and date because all of my friends say that I should go out and I should move on to like meet someone new. So yes, I go out, I do these things for them to show them that, hey, I am recovering, I am putting myself back into the world, and I go through the motion of holding hands, of hugging, and all these couple things without emotion. There's absolutely no emotional connection between me and my current white Land Cruiser. I never felt lonely before. When I used to say we in those videos, it confused people. We meant you guys and me while you're watching it. We meant Elta and me when I was on the road filming. It was always Elta and Monique. I had Elta, so I wasn't lonely. But now, with a different vehicle, I felt truly alone. And that might just explain the lack of motivation to go out with you. I'm sorry, you're just not the one. Just not the one. And it's like I've been trying to fill this hole, trying to find somebody just like him. But he died. He died. I went to acupuncture the other day. You know, this time of year, it's already dark by 4 p.m. So I was driving in the dark. My eyes were still adjusting from being closed most of the time, just relaxing in the session when you have needles coming in and out of you in all sorts of places. And the lights on the streets, the cars, the traffic lights, and the houses are just so blinding. It stings my retina when the colors blur into circles, and the idea of a happy life inside each house. The happy stories behind every door, the story that has nothing to do with me. It's always theirs. The happy ending, it's always other people's. It was never mine. Luckily, the acupuncture clinic wasn't far, so I didn't go on into a full-on panic attack. Driving at night when I couldn't really see, and when the only light I see makes me feel like an alien. I don't even know how to end this episode. It feels like it's just a bunch of random rambling, and maybe that's just my life right now. I don't know what's going on. It's like, sure, before I was escaping something, trying to find peace by being alone, and now I found myself trapped in this aloneness and realize I have nobody. What have I done? As I just walked out of there, a bird flew out of the grass and carrying another bird, eaten halfway. I'll show you the remnants. Did they like eat each other? That is savage. Oh my god.